of episode Revenant coming to an end, we can go ahead and get every single tonic in the game, all the upgrades for the tonics, kind of explain and show what they do, and go all through all the good stuff, how to get the materials and ingredients for the tonics, explain how the grind is, and what to do, and what some things you can do with the upgrades to make it a little bit easier. And yeah, so we're gonna explain all of that. But first, before we start, we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the main thing, which is the major key work for Act 3. This is once you unlock every single tonic, every 76 you can discover, we can go ahead and get this final ghost shell, the spectroscopic shell. And this is going to get to go ahead and do a secret thing in the Kell's Fall exotic. So here's the footage here. All right, so at the organ, here's the code you need to put in for the boss fight that will get you finished this major, or not major, the field key work for Act 3. This was solved by putting one of the codes backwards instead of doing it normally. So yeah, all you need to do is just beat this boss once you summon it from the organ here. I'll have the code in the description. It's, what's the code? It's 1046111481. It's a pretty long one, but I'll put that in the comments description, so you just copy that left to right. So yeah, that's it. We're fighting in the meatball map. The only thing in this fight is that you'll get to about 70% health, and then he'll have a tormentor that will spawn in. With no respawn restricted, so you don't have to worry about dying. You will just respawn as normal and doesn't reset anything. But you see a tormentor will spawn, defeat it, and then go ahead and just melt the boss after that. The only thing that's annoying, he spawns in the immune totem, which is a bit. The tormentor is dead. Like I said, nothing to worry about, just clear as you would as normal. Of course, tormentor is a bit difficult to kill. You gotta get the real weapons. I don't know what weapons, a bunch of splash damage weapons. It's not that great with supposed weapons. So there you go. So that gets you the final upgrade for this. It's the same upgrade as you always get for those field masterworks, which is increases the time of your tonics, basically. I'm not sure about how much. I actually couldn't really tell, to be honest. I think I had to rejoin the instance for it to refresh. But there you go. So that's the major, or not major, the key field work. That's what it's called for Act 3. That's how you do it. And then you are good to go, pretty much. All right, so let's get back to the start. Let's go with the basics of how this all works, basically. So tonics, the way it works is that at the very beginning, you'll have just a green tonic. So the green tonic will say, for example, let's use this as a example. One of your first tonics you earn. Now you're gonna go ahead, and when you craft this tonic 5 times, or 5 or 6 times, you'll get the very first one on the potential rewards. So the Shadestalker armor. If we do that 5 times, you'll get the blue version of it. And then if you keep doing this one 5 more times, you're going to unlock the Onslaught Salvation blue tonic. And then the last time you do it, the last 5 times, you'll get the vintage Onslaught weapon blue tonic. And then once you get the blue tonic, you can go ahead and craft this 4 times, and this will unlock the purple version of it. So the potential rewards for salvation, you can get the pulse rifle, the sidearm, the hand cannon, the grenade launcher, sniper rifle, and then the heavy grenade launcher. So you would do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times on this one, and you will do the vintage one 3 times, which is always 3 for the rest. So you do the same thing for the Tome of Elders. So you do this 10 times, you do this 4 times, and then you do this 3 times, the vintage, and then you get the new ones, Kell. You do this 4 times, oh not 4 times, 10 times, and you got 4 times, and then 3 times for vintage. And then the armor, you just do this, what is this? Do this 10 times, weapons, this you do 3 times, and this you do 4 times for the armor. And then we'll talk about this later. But there's also these volatile tonics. It's the same thing. You do this only 5 times. You get the blue version, do that 4 times. Okay, so there is that. Now, how do we firstly craft these? So there's gonna be these materials here. We have volatile powder and reclaim vitality. Now, when we go to our inventory or our quest tab, we can go to our well, I don't know where it is. Where is it? Is it not in here? It's just an inventory. My bad. We go to our Tonics capsule. Okay, so here is the Reagents, or Reagents as they call it. So reclaim vitality. This is by defeating enemies, you'll get vitality. It's not every single enemy. How it works is that after a bunch of multi kills, you'll trigger a buff you'll see on your screen for like 5 seconds, and every kill after that, you'll get reclaim vitality. So this is like the main ingredient. You can only hold 1,000 of them in total. So there is that. And then these two, volatile powder and enriching powder, these are just from anything. So anything you do by playing activities or other upgrades, which we'll explain that in a second. Volatile is for volatile potions, and enriching powder is for the gear tonics, basically. And then we have the specific rare stuff. But this one, I mean, not this. This one's for anything as well. So any activity or episode, Revenant activities, this will drop as well. But anything will drop it. Then the 3 specific activities. This one is from Onslaught Salvation. This one's from Tome of Elders, and this one is from Kell's Fall. Now I can go over the ratio of how much you can get them from. I would say Salvation, if you do a full 50 waves, you can get a lot. I would say roughly, like 8 or 10, I think, around there. Maybe a little bit less. And then Tome of Elders, if you do a full contest of Elders, the 5 laps or 4 laps, whatever, you can get like 5 or 6 around there, I would assume. And then for Kell's Fall, I'm pretty sure normal version gives you 1 on a clear, and expert gives you 3 on a clear. So if you want to farm reflective flakes, you would farm expert, pretty much. And then we have these 2 ones here. So these are just supposed to be rare, but they could drop from anything. Anything, any activity. Mostly you can get a lot of them from like Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit, and all of these can be earned as well. Like, don't get me wrong, these days they're specific for Onslaught, Salvation, Tome of Elders, and Kell's Fall. But they can also drop from Crucible, Strikes, or Gambit. If you just play those, you can get those dropped as well. So don't be hyper focused on like just farming that activity. You can farm any other activity, and it'll drop any of these basically. All right. So that's the ingredients, and that's how you craft tonics, basically. Now, how do we unlock them? You might see that some of them will be grayed out. A lot of it is from the story. So finishing Act 1 story, finishing Act 2 story, and finishing the Act 3 story, or just say starting. Starting them is what unlocks them, I would say, most of the time. I think Eido gives you like an upgrade you'll do during the story, and then it'll give you the unlocks, basically. All right. And that comes to the unlocks for the resource tonics. Obviously, okay, I guess we could reword it here. Like I said it earlier, you get the tonics at the beginning. So then the resource tonics, you get them at the end. So the resource tonics are the end goal, and the basic tonics are for just starting the act. So these are the end goal. And it's similar as if you were to get, let's say, one of these tonics here, you just do the same thing, and you'll craft it, and you'll get to the purple, and you can get all those ones here. These are different. I'll talk about that later. Anyways, so these from Act 1, one from Act 2, but it's not just by completing the story. It's by doing the very final the Fieldwork. So for Act 1, finish this Fieldwork here, you'll get that, and you finish this Fieldwork, you get that Tonic as well, but there's more to it. And that's what, I guess, segue into the Fieldworks and the upgrades, basically. So Fieldworks, what are they? I'm assuming if you haven't done the story, you can only see the Fieldworks for that act. I could be wrong though, maybe see all of them, I don't know. But the more tonics you unlock, the more recipe or the more Fieldworks you can pick up. I forget the math for this. I don't know how much you need to discover, but you can pick up all of them if you have the right amounts. It'll tell you when you hover over it how much you need, and it tells you how much you've discovered over here. I don't know the exact amounts. It's been such a long time. It's been months before, so I can remember that. I don't remember anything. But once you do 2 minor Fieldworks, and you come back to Eido and you submit your findings, you can pick up 1 major Fieldwork, and a major Fieldwork will give you a upgrade basically. But you could do I would recommend doing 2 at a time, because the 2 next to each other are in the same planet. So you have like Europa, this is Nessus, EDZ, Europa again, and Europa again. I always thought Europa for this one, but the other ones are more separated. So with that being said, once you finish 2 minor Fieldworks, you can choose a major. The major quest is very easy to do. Just go to the stupid table, kill 15 enemies, 25 enemies. I don't know, something stupid. It's all it is, just dialogue. Nothing crazy. Anyways, so what upgrades from Act 1 should we go get first, or start the grind if we don't have everything unlocked? All right, so here we go. So the best upgrade is Blood Drive. Blood Drive is kind of your gameplay loop. So what Blood Drive is, whenever you know, when I said earlier, the reclaim vitality is when you get multi-kills and eventually you get a buff for Aether. Once that buff appears on your screen, every kill you get after that, you will start to get reclaim vitality. It's those red Aether coming towards you. Every time you collect that Aether, you have a chance to get the green Reagents, okay? The Reagents, whatever you pronounce this. And so that is a good loop if you're trying to grind for those tonics, those green tonics. This will help you get a lot of that. And reclaim vitality could be farmed. You could just go to like an infinite spawn and get a bunch of reclaim vitality and a bunch of ingredients from doing that. I think you can only get green. You can't get blue from this. Second best option is going to be Revenant Recycler. I'm pretty sure. So this one here is whenever you dismantle a Revenant weapon, a legendary Revenant weapon, you have a chance to get a green or a blue. And why is that important? It could drop any blue from the list. So we keep the ones that say specifically for an activity, it could drop those as well. So if you can find a way to farm legendary weapons, which I would kind of explain how you could do that, you can also get these upgrades for the most part. We can show how it works technically. So let's see if any weapons open. We do. So if we dismantle this, see we got Enriching powder there, and that's not one. We dismantle this. Again, game is nothing. Okay, but a way to farm is this an upgrade? I think it is. Another upgrade. Let me see. I don't think this is part of her stuff. I don't know if when you unlock this. I don't remember seeing it in the beginning, but there's this thing every day. This rotates to different potions. The higher the tier, the more chances to get a Revenant weapon. Technically, you could just farm the legendary one if you have a lot of resources by then. So for example, this today is going to be Onslaught Chroma Rush. So I have a bunch of these materials that I've saved up for a while. And I can go ahead and just make a bunch, right? And I can go ahead and just pop it in here. I gotta taste this. Right. And then we just go and input them in at Eido, basically. And we have a chance to get Revenant weapons, right? Double check my inventory real quick. I'm gonna input it in. There we go. One weapon. Dismantle. And another green. Try to get a lot of armor, unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna get a blue, but it can't drop a blue. And I've gotten a flakes from Kell's fall, so there is that. Anyways, so that is the upgrade and how that works. It's pretty good. You get a lot of drops, and you can also, well, play the intended way, which is you know, go and pop a tonic for a weapon. You can just farm weapons and then dismantle them. There we go. All right, next up, the third best one. I would say it really depends. It's either bounty harvester or performance bonus. Bounties are limited because these are daily bounties, not the repeatable bounties. So you can get flakes from this and get anything, pretty much any ingredient from the list, which is good. But this, if you are planning to play Onslaught Salvation, every time you do a bonus objective, which is pretty much every like 3 waves, is a bonus objective. Every time you complete it, you will get a random additional reagent, and it could be blue, it could be purple, it could be green. So if you're planning to farm that activity, but it only drops the blue version flake for that activity. It won't drop a Kell. It won't drop reflective. It won't drop the other one for Toma Elders. So this is only for that flake. So if you're looking to farm that flake, you get that one for sure. And then lastly, this one's kind of useless. It just has a chance to get a higher tier tonic when you craft it. It doesn't give you progress for unlocking it. If you were doing like 3 blues and then you got a purple potion, it doesn't actually unlock it permanently. It's just a bonus. And then once you do this field work here, you unlock the resource tonic for it, and then you unlock the upgrade that increases the time for tonic, so they last longer, basically. And that's what the final fieldwork does. And then we have Act 2, the 2 upgrades here. Which one to go first? Well, Tome Reaper is a better one. If you're planning to play Tome of Elders, same thing with the other upgrade. Every time you do a bonus objective, which is there's a bonus objective every single encounter, even in traversal, you're gonna get ingredients, but it's gonna be obviously ingredients. The flake will only be for the tome flake, but then you'll get purples and other ones, green ones in that activity as well. And lastly, this one, you have a chance to dupe your tonic when crafting. Lastly, we have, well, this fieldwork. The same thing. You unlock the resource tonic for this one, and you get the longer lasting potions or tonics when you craft one, basically. And then we have the last 3 upgrades here, which we can show kind of what they do. Firstly, which one's the best one at the moment? I'll be honest with you, I actually have no idea. It's none of them. I'll be honest with you. I actually don't even know what Eido's Garden even does. We can check it out. So every day, apparently, that you can pick up reagents at her laboratory, which is back here. I don't know how good they are, but it shows like their resources. I don't know. See it. What the? Okay, well, RNG. I'm confused on what was that. I think what happened is because I have volatile powder full, so it looked okay. So it looked bad, but look, it was 2 volatile powders and 2 enriching powders. As you can see, I have max volatile powder, so it didn't pop up on my screen. So that's why it looked, but it's still just green. So I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, that's whatever. It's every day pick those up. I don't know. I don't think it's that great. And then we have this one. It sounds good. A chance to recover a portion of reagents after sending the tonic. So if you might have saw it when I was doing the chroma rush thingy, you saw that I was gonna have purple back, but I was hoping to get the blues back. But you can see here's an example of these. So we could get this. And you see, there we go. You should have seen my reaction of how bad this is. And it's even, I mean, like, it's still pretty bad. We're only getting the purple back. So, is it even good? Not really, in my opinion. Okay. So, and you see the other upgrades, we got double. I didn't see any doubles, so it's just not great, to be honest with you. And there's that. And there's the other upgrade of you have a chance. As if we could show you have a chance to upgrade, get an upgraded version of it. So we say, for example, we are going to be doing, let's say, this one here. So we have a chance to get, well, that's a first. I've never seen it give me a blue before. So there is that. I was hoping I would get that during other time. It's not giving me a purple. There we go. So it's, you can see the odds right there. It's whatever, okay? It wasn't giving me flakes for the Kell one, which kind of made me sad, to be honest with you. Okay, so there's that. Now when it comes to this upgrade, here we saw that upgrade. I think we saw upgrades, right? I was out in. Oh, this one. This one we need to talk about. So this one, reflective reagents. This is for Kell's fall. So this is the upgrade to make your life better. It doesn't. Apparently, you get once per week additional high quality reagents. I could tell you what it is. If you do a normal version, you get 3 of each. Instead of 1 reflective flake, you get 3 for the flake on normal. So I would assume it's just +2 on expert. So you get, instead of getting 3, 5. It could be double. It could be 6. It's good, but that's like if you want to play every day. No thanks. So that's that. And then like I said earlier, in the beginning of the video, as you saw, that is how you get the shell and the extra tonics. Now, lastly, we have the last 2 tonics here. We have the 2 resource tonics. This is the Ascendant Alloy one and the Ascendant Shard one. From what I can tell you, this is from the, well, what's confusing about it, it's from doing the intrinsic perks for the shotgun. For some reason, if you were to do all 3 and you get the last one, it gave us the triumph for saying that we got all tonics for resources for Act 3. But there was also like codes that people think it's for the exotic tonic. I could show you. It's possible that you have to put in the code, those codes, and then the get the last tonics, exotic ciphers. So for example, looks like this. So the code is 1819. Very easy to remember. 1819. And then the other one is 181119. Which I messed up here, but what do we get? 1 8 1 11 and then 9. And this gives you 2 of them, but then you have to go ahead and grab it by doing the 1 code here. So this code here opens the intrinsic frame 4, which is 1816. And once you do that, you head over to where you're supposed to pick it up, which is this one here. This is the room right before the, the second encounter. And like as you saw here, once I put that code in, those codes in, it says that we have unlocked the intrinsics, but it weirdly enough told us that we unlocked the tonics as well, I'm pretty sure. So you can see discover all exotic tonics, and I don't know, it worked. So that's the best I could really explain it when it comes to that. There's another exotic tonic you can earn. I think it's random. If you craft these, you have a random chance to get it, which is the exotic cipher one. You get that one for free. They give it to you for free to use one time. This one here, but you can't craft it apparently. And you can see that the max buff is 120 minutes, so you have 2 hours of these tonics when it's all maxed out, basically. So that's it. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the tonic stuff, all the upgrades, how to really grind them, you know. Other ways, you know, crafting the potions and dispensing weapons and playing activities will get you some more as well, and doing the bonus objectives. It's very nice. Anyways, that's it. Long video, but it should get everything, I think.